Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a weekend of Premier League football we have on the horizon. It's going to be amazing. Do me a big favor right now, though. Subscribe to the Football Terrace, one of the best independently run football channels on social media. Make sure you turn on the bell notification button as well so you know when we go live. It's essential. Sign up to the Discord server. The link for that is in the description below. It's an amazing chat room full of all the Football Terrace viewers, contributors, and many more. You can keep this going 24 hours a day and hit that like button for us. Big weekend ahead, not just for Manchester United and, of course, current Premier League champions Liverpool. Chelsea are looking to bounce back from their poor run. There's many games to look at. We're kind of open. This is kind of your show here today. We want to hear from you. Want to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling ahead of this massive weekend. Of course, Bruno Fernandes. I want to talk about him as well. I want calls on Bruno Fernandes. One of the biggest things I want to speak about on this show is Bruno Fernandes. He wins his 4th Player of the Month award in a calendar year. That has never been done by a single football player in Premier League history. Not Cristiano Ronaldo, not Paul Scholes, not David Beckham, not KDB, not Steven Gerrard. Nobody. Not Thierry Henry, Aguero. Absolutely phenomenal. For me, he's leading the way right now in the Premier League with his consistency, with his brilliance. And I do think he is in for an absolute barnstormer this weekend at Anfield. And what a performance I think we're going to get from this man, the catalyst that he has been. I think he was the first person that demonstrated to these United players that he could push forward. So I want your thoughts and feelings on him. I want to hear from you about this weekend's game as well. This weekend's game, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're feeling. Are you back in Liverpool? Are you back in Manchester United? I want to know where your head is at with that as well. Chelsea have a derby coming up also against Fulham. So I'm intrigued to know how people think that game is going to go. By the way, thank you to Kevin for the super chat. He didn't leave a comment, but I really do appreciate the super chat there, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. We're going to be taking your calls. The link for that is in our description below. Getting some of the panel on today as well. Some new faces for you. But it's a big Premier League weekend overall. As I say, you've got, Leeds Brighton's a decent game. I mean, Leicester versus Southampton's an interesting one. One of them is dropping points, or maybe both. You obviously got Crystal Palace versus Man City. So there's lots of interesting games. I do believe that Villa versus Everton has been postponed, actually. So that game has been called off. But we know everything's a bit of a crescendo leading up to the Liverpool-Manchester United game. Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you as well. We haven't really focused much on you in this last week because there hasn't really been much going on in the Chelsea camp. But I want to hear from you all about what you're thinking and feeling as well. But Chelsea fans, call in. I want to hear about Bruno. I want to hear your thoughts ahead of the Northwest Derby. Give us a call now. What do you think is going to happen? But I'm going to send this little message out now. And I don't care. Clip me up. Turn me into a meme. Couldn't give a damn. I mean this genuinely when I say it. Manchester United this weekend are going to send shockwaves across football. This weekend, we are silencing the haters. This weekend, we are putting a lot of doubters to bed. This weekend, we are putting the knife in and we are twisting it metaphorically into Liverpool's title defense. I'm happy with a draw, but I have a feeling deep down inside me that Manchester United are going to pull it out the bag. The performance will be there. The display will be there. And with Pogba, with Rashi, with Bruno Fernandes, victory, I'm sure of it, is going to be ours. 2-1 I'm going with. Absolutely looking forward to going up against these guys this week. I really am. But I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. Kevin here says, shout out from Dublin. Honestly, can't wait for Sunday. Come on, United. Big up yourself, Kevin. I feel exactly. A lot of you saying, Terry, no, don't do it. Listen, I'm just giving you my prediction. That's all it is. Just relax a little bit. It's as simple as that. That's what I think is going to happen. I got a feeling deep down in my bones. We're going to get some of the panelists on now that will be on for the whole show, then take more of your calls. We're going to get man like Neek Sports is with me. Man like Neeks is in the house. What's going on, bro?
Yes, Terry, can you hear me properly, yeah?
Yeah, all good, brother. All good. We're also going to add man like Indiana onto the panel as well. And a new panelist. I haven't actually told him yet that I want him to be a panelist, but he impressed me so much earlier with his previous call. He really, really did. It's United at the wheel in the house. What you do? How you doing, bro?
Yo, what you man saying? You cool?
Yes, man. I'm good. Man. I'm good. I want to go to Leaks and well, Indiana first, actually, because I haven't spoke to you about this game. How are you feeling ahead of this mammoth tie on Sunday?
Do you know what, right? It feels like the most exciting game, like exciting derby, if you like, because it is a derby for me. It's the biggest game in football for me that we've had in over a decade. Like, I feel like we can, I feel like we're level. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've got injuries. I said the end of last season, Klopp's system's been found out. I don't care what people say. To me, it has. I can see it. We can really take this game. We really can. If we turn, it is on us. If the players turn up and want this game, move the ball quick enough, we win this game. The pressure is all on Liverpool. I'm excited for this game. It's a massive game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I know we did the preview yesterday together, Neeks. Has your mind changed on anything at all? Like, for me, my mind's up and down the whole time, but we're sort of 48 hours away now from this kicking off. And tomorrow there's lots of football, so we'll get through the day quite quickly. Where's your head at today?
I just really hope that the players go out there and enjoy themselves. As has been said, Indiana addressed it as well. We should be going into this game as fans, as players, with no pressure. And of course, it's a pressure because it's a rivalry, it's a derby. But really and truly, no one expected this from us. Nobody expects us to win at Anfield. Nobody beats Liverpool at Anfield. They haven't done it for 3 years. I want them to go into this game with no pressure and just to play their game. And I want them to play with a passion of a rivalry, knowing that they can beat Liverpool. They may not beat Liverpool. You know, you may get chances and you end up missing them. You look when Spurs went to Anfield and they had more than enough chances to win the game and they lose it at the end. That can happen in football, but you put yourself in a position to win the game. And I think we've got the players to do it. And I don't want them to seize up, to tighten up, to think that this is beyond them. Go out there and enjoy it. And I think, you know, we've got people like Pogba, Bruno, Rashford. Those players, I think if they have a good game, we can really get at Liverpool. I actually think that there might be a red card. I think there might be a red card in this game. I'm not going to be disappointed because in these kind of games, there should be a red card. Like we used to play Arsenal back in the days, and there was always, not always, but there was generally a red card because you're that passionate about it. You're flying into tackles. You're angry because there was a decision or a bad challenge from the opposition. There's a rivalry. I want these players to be amped up for it, but also relaxed in the same way.
Bro, I hear you on that. You mentioned players there and players thinking they can win. United at the wheel. Bruno Fernandes just been given his 4th Premier League Player of the Month award inside 12 months. No player has achieved that prior. How good and important is Bruno Fernandes for Man United? And what kind of game do you think he's going to have Sunday?
Okay, how good is Bruno? First of all, man, I mentioned it earlier on. I looked straight at the camera and I was saying, you better give that boy his award. And I meant that. I was talking to FIFA, but now I'm talking to EA. I'm talking to the rest of the world. Listen, the proof's in the pudding. There's nothing to discuss anymore. When someone picks up not 1, not 2, but a double-double in a calendar year, it's your first year. It's a mockery to anyone who says any other league is this or that. He just comes and does what he does. How good is he? Ridiculously good. Is he the most talented individual footballer? No. But what has Bruno Fernandes got that a lot of other footballers don't have? I'll tell you what that is. It's the pride and the joy. He has pride in himself. He has pride in his talent. And he has the expectations that's needed to be a winner. He's a born winner. I've loved this guy for a minute, even before he come. The first time I heard about Bruno Fernandes, I saw his name in a stat sheet. And I thought to myself, who's this striker? How have I not heard of this striker? And I thought, this doesn't make sense. I thought, all right, let me just go look at YouTube. I was like, rah. When I seen him on YouTube, I know you shouldn't judge things off YouTube, but then I wasn't watching Portuguese football. If you're out there saying you're watching Portuguese football, please stop lying. But anyway, I wasn't out there watching Portuguese football. Then I saw him playing and I was like, I think this guy can do it anywhere. And that was my initial thoughts of it. Then I saw his stats improve yet again. I was like, this guy is on again, me and my trajectory. He's on a trajectory going up. come into the Premier League and set it on fire. I mean, you can't not like him. I mean, even if you are a rival, how can you lie to yourself and say you don't like what he's about?
To the big
I love that guy.
He's the wrong order in the intro of the show.
I have no idea.
Versus Manchester United.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, I clicked on a website and it's like a video site bloody plan. Sorry about that. Go for it. Sorry.
Now, I was saying, even if you're a rival, how can you not like what this guy is about? I mean, I can understand you can hate the way he looks, as in a lot of fans say, what do you call it? He looks like a rat, but yeah, he's our rat, and so was Gary Neville, innit? You know what I mean? He's got that passion, and them teeth that's coming to bite you. How do I think he's going to produce against Liverpool? It's one of two things. He's getting booked, that's for sure. He's getting 100%, booked. 100%. He's getting booked. And then if things ain't going well, we might see our first Bruno red card, because I just think he's a bit like that. But if things are going well, I think he's going to tear him apart. I really do think so. And also,
the thing is on the Bruno. The thing is on the Bruno thing. As you said, he's got the 4 Player of the Month in 2020, which is the first player ever to do that in the calendar year. So he's done it over. Let's say he's done it over 2 separate seasons. So it's not like it was a flash in the pan. He's done it over 2 separate seasons, and there's more to come anyway. But I think what really tells me that he's a great player is that not only is he's producing for us, is the salt that you get from the rivals. If he wasn't producing the way that he is, they're not going to make all these names for him. They're not going to try and play it down as much as they do, because there'll be no traction in it. We wouldn't be bigging him up for no reason, and there's nothing for him to tear down. So the more salt that he actually gets, and the more salt Man United actually get. I think Terry said it. I literally just finished watching the playback from this morning's show, and you were talking about the 2011 and 2013 title winning sides. And as we won those titles, the talk after them was, well, yeah, this team wasn't that good anyway. They only won it because X, Y, Z. Every time you try and play down our achievements, for me, that tells me we're actually better than we actually probably think we are. And you're probably more scared of us than you're making out by trying to play it down. So the more salt we get on Bruno and Rashford and Pogba and whoever else you want to put out there, I'm going to be happier, because I know these players are really performing, and the rivals can see it.
I can tell you something else as well. I'll tell you something that I've noticed. I mean, this is going to be one of the first times going to Anfield. We're going there to enjoy ourselves. Don't get it twisted. You can see it on the players' faces. You can see it on Pogba's faces asking you happy. Bro, I'm telling you, they can't wait to play against Liverpool. Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I don't mean back in my day. I'm talking about in like last season or the season before that. You'd be going to certain teams, turn up to Liverpool, hoping not to get torn apart. None of us think we're going to get torn apart. I mean, they might still win, but I'm telling you, those boys are going out there to try and enjoy themselves. And no matter what happens, I think we're going to be satisfied to some degree. We're taking something from that. I don't know what we're taking from it. Something, though, we're taking from that match. Believe.
No, I understand. I think that's so right. Watching Paul Pogba speak, Rashford in the last couple of hours, Ollie, everybody's calm. And I was talking to Goldbridge earlier, and we were saying, like, what's your thoughts on the weekend? I have a feeling we can beat them. I believe we can go to Anfield and beat them. That doesn't mean I'm writing them off, but equally, not winning, it doesn't like destroy our season like a lot of people are making out. Just some team news for people here. Joel Matip is doubtful, but I got a feeling he might play. What was it Jurgen Klopp said about him? He goes, it's not decided yet. Generally, when a manager says it's not decided yet, that means someone's playing. I think Joel Matip will be back for Liverpool this weekend. But I'd love for some Liverpool fans to call in and have their say as well. Kevin here, a really good message here. He says, best of luck to Wayne Rooney at Derby, United legend. Yeah, do you know what's mad? Well, me and Wayne Rooney are exactly the same age, but it's like literally every player I watched as a kid, and I was sort of 16, 17 when Rooney broke through, or a young man, is pretty much retired now, barring Cristiano Ronaldo. It's weird, man. I'm feeling very, very old indeed. We're going to get our first callers on the show. Obviously, you can ask any question of the panel, have your say. First, we're going to go to Daniel. Daniel, what have you phoned up to say, bro?
Good evening, Terry. First of all, thanks for letting me on yesterday after the Palace Arsenal game. I just lost it completely, but thanks for letting me on. What I'm going to say is that I think it'll be 2-1 to either team. I think United need to exploit that Liverpool's defence, because if Henderson's going to play in that defence, I think you've got a massive chance of winning the game. And Matip might be doubtful. I know you said he could play, but he might not play, But United need to be careful at the same time, because they still, Firmino, Salah, Mane, so they need to be careful as well. If United have the 100% concentration, I think they can win the game. But if they lose concentration, then maybe it could be 2-1 to Liverpool because you still have the attacking threat. But the best way United are going to win the game is by exploiting that defense, because it's not strong when you are making Henderson playing that defense. Trent's not been on it this season. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Listen, I understand that completely. Daniel, thank you for coming on, having your say, mate. Really appreciate it. For me, I've been watching back some Liverpool games over the last couple of days, just looking at where, again, if I was sort of trying to put myself in Ollie's shoes, what would I be looking at? And for me, it's diagonal balls played very quick, like sort of one-touch passes. If sort of one touch only, then the pass, so two-touch football, I suppose, or one-time passes round the edges when Liverpool's high line pushes up. Rashford and Martial, for me, have to split and take up wider positions and then come in with diagonal runs for these balls. I actually think Bruno Fernandes is sort of, he does the flicks and tricks around the corners. I think that's going to be imperative in this game because he isn't going to have so many players surrounding him as when we play against the low block teams, as an example. So I do think that's how we're going to explore. I don't see us playing through Liverpool when they sit back. We just don't really play through very many teams like that anyway. But that counter attack, I think, is going to be really key. And if Rashford gets,
I'm going to ask a question.
Curtains. Yeah, go on, mate.
Well, you mentioned Martial and Rashford. I know Indiana's thoughts. Obviously, he wants Cavani to start. What are you lot like? Chucky, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
What are you thinking? Martial or Cavani, or both?
To start against Liverpool?
Yeah,
Martial. I got my reasons for why Martial over Cavani. I feel Cavani with more experience, he'll sit at the side. I'm not saying Martial's gonna go soak. I mean, I'm not for sure if I told you. I used to play football myself. Obviously I live out in Weymouth. I used to play with Weymouth, but then there's two sorts of players. They're the ones who sit on the sideline and they complain. They sulk, they try and bring other people into their little group of sulking. And there's the others who sit there like Ole used to and like I used to because I'm just a sportsman, man. But he'll watch and watch. It make more sense to bring Cavani on. Cavani will see how best to hurt them in a shorter space of time, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. No, I'm on that kind of, like, I think off the bench, Cavani is a bigger threat than Martial off the bench, 100%, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think normally,
obviously the form that Martial's on is worrying. That's the thing. You want to have your best players on the pitch, but I just think having the option of Cavani off the bench can be very, very useful.
I wouldn't do that.
When you say his form is worrying, what do you mean? Do you mean the lack of scoring? Because I've seen chances created, bro. I've seen a lot of chances created.
I'm talking about scoring goals. We're coming up against arguably the best keeper in the world. We're not going to get a hatful of chances at Anfield. We need to take, especially I think the first goal is so important. You miss one or two and Liverpool go up and score at the other end, then you're in trouble.
I think you've got to play Cavani. You have to play Cavani. His movement, especially if a Jordan Henderson's in defence, you've got a centre-back pairing that isn't their first choice. His movement is exceptional. It really is. He's so underrated. He's going to drag that defence apart. What happens then? That creates more space. Who's going to be the target? Bruno Fernandes. He picks up that space. That's what I want to see. It's going to be the sort of game where you might get a ball in the box, but you need that instinctive finisher. Martial is not that. He's not going to do that for you. Cavani is. He's a threat in the air. He holds the ball up. His runs. I want to see Martial run at players. I don't want him through the middle. I want to see him run at Trent at some point. But he's also got an injury, no?
Who?
Martial. He's not 100%.
Oh, yeah. He's a doubt for this game, so we will see. I think, depending on, again, who you pick and who comes on from the bench, like during the game moments are going to be, if Man United take the lead and Martial's on the bench, I'm very excited about somebody like him coming on later in the game. We're going to get Everyday Same on now to have you say. Everyday Same, welcome back to the Football Terrace. What you saying, bro?
Hello, can you hear me?
Perfect. What do you want to say, mate?
Just about Bruno, really.
Yep.
Okay, so he comes to Old Trafford. His first game is in front of the fans. He's orchestrating, he's pointing, he's telling people where to go. Then we have his interview. Yeah, he's been talking to Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, all players come in and say, it's a dream to play for the club. But he's like, I was talking to Ronaldo, tell me about the club, I'm really excited. So he's not BSing. This guy is old school. He's made on the other side, if you know what I'm saying.
For real, for real.
Then on the Newcastle game, like I've said on the show before, that the fans need to realise that their negativity has an effect on the team. After the Newcastle game, he's on the pitch and he's saying, the fans on social media say, we need this player, we need that player, they should get behind the team. He tells the fans what to do. Then the press, they try and make up stories about him. Oh, Bruno's unhappy about this, Bruno's unhappy about that. He comes out straight unequivocally and he says, don't use my name, don't use my agent's name, don't try and use me to create like dissent within the club. Out of everything I've said, none of that has got to do even with his stats on the field. This is how good this guy is. 4 Premier League winners' medals. And you get, this is how stupid some of our fan base are, that they can even try and slag him off. Slagging off Bruno Fernandes for giving the ball away is like saying, I don't want to go out with Emily Ratajkowski because sometimes she turns up late. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, do you know what I mean? So, he's just, nobody's had an influence on the team since Roy Keane. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
Do you know what? So much of what you said there about the influence of him and the stepping up, and the biggest element that you mentioned there is when the media tried to say he was Ollie out and he's frustrated with the manager. The way he came out and slapped down the press instantly. Yeah. I've said a few times about United players that their agents say something or the media makes up a lie about them and they're silent on it. And I think to myself, your silence for me often sends a bit of a message that the whole story may not be true, but an element of the story is true. I saw a thing from Rashford today because he did an interview and he basically said that he did not mention the word failure. He basically said that if we don't win the season if we don't win the league this year, it's a disappointment. But he said that because at the beginning of every season, our plan is to win the league, even if so that's a very generic thing for a footballer to say. It's PR trained stuff. But the headline was Rashford said it's win or bust. If we fail to win the league this year, we're failures. It's sort of like that isn't what he said, but I'm glad he came out and instantly challenged them because it's the message to say that isn't what I said at all. So what Bruno did for me, I think sets a precedent and it sets an example to everybody else that now let's not allow the media to cause. If there is a bit of there is always at times division in teams that are struggling because it's human nature, but you don't allow outside influences to get involved. And I think that was brilliant in terms of being one of the best players, the best player, best midfielder, whatever. Everyday Sam, where do you think he ranks currently in the Premier League over the last 12 months?
Well, it's a difficult question because there's so many different ways you can quantify your answer. If you're talking stats, he's number 1. If you're talking potential, then you could say that your De Bruyne, maybe you could put ahead. If you're talking mentality, he's number 1.
Yep.
So it's however you want to quantify it. It's just I just like the fact that his off-field actions and everything that he does is completely consistent. Everything that everybody wants to throw at him, oh, he's a stat padder. Well, if he's a stat padder, why did he give Rashford that goal against Everton and then pass to Cavani in the last minute? Oh, he's a penalty take. There's nothing you can say. Anybody that wants to say anything about
he leads by example. That's what he does.
Exactly.
He leads by example and attitude, performances. You have great players, and then the greatest players make other players play great. He's one of those.
No, I totally agree. Everyday Same. Thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. Nice talking to you again. Take care. We're going to get another caller on now. We're going to add to this. We're going to add in Hakeem to the show. Hakeem, welcome back, buddy. What do you want to say, mate?
Hello,
mate. Yeah, you're a little pause. Say that again for me.
You can hear me now, right?
I hear him, just a little delay still. Just a little delay.
Hello?
Oh, okay. Hello?
Try calling back, bro. The line was a bit janky there. I wanted to hear from you, bro. Elite KJ's with us anyway. KJ's back on the panel now. Next caller we're going to get on the show is... Who we're going to get on? We're going to get man like young Samuel with us. Samuel, what you saying, bro?
What's going on, Terry? Yeah, I was just going to say this, that if you go 1-0 down, you shouldn't be worried. Because if you look at Liverpool's previous games, they took the lead against Brighton. They took the lead against West Brom, very average sides, below mid-table sides. So I don't know why you're worrying about it, because there's no Virgil van Dijk there. They've lost that aerial presence. So in set piece, I think, you know, it's the way to go for you lot.
I'm sorry, I missed something. Who was worried about going 1-0 down? Sorry, I missed that.
No, I think it was Neeks earlier saying, you know, not really, but saying the first goal really matters. But I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think it does, Samuel.
Recent history shows us, though, boy, if we go 1-0 down, maybe they should worry. That's what
I'm
recent
saying.
away form is telling me, man. But it's interesting. But I'll tell you something else as well. I got to point out about Bruno Fernandes. As in, I was just thinking about it. He's what? He's like 10 years younger than me almost, or whatever it is, yeah? And he's, 26 years old. And there's a comment he made just last week. I just never thought about it. It's just, you know, when you think you've seen it and heard it all, someone change your perspective. He said yellow cards are there to be taken. You know what? It might be a generic statement from back in the day or something. I've never heard that before. Yellow cards are there to be taken. I was like, rah.
And you know
it's
what?
just complete gamesmanship. It's mad.
You're right. Most of the yellow cards that he has taken, when you think about it, it's for shouting at referees, and then he calms down. He knows what he's doing. He's getting in that referee's head to try and influence. No different to Jurgen Klopp this week, but it's you do it in the moment. Samuel, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. Phone, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're phoning in. The link to call in via StreamYard is in the description below. Join myself, Indiana, Elite KJ with us now as well. I want you to phone in and have your say. Hit the like button as well. Please don't forget to do that. Subscribe to the Football Terrace and click on the bell notification button as well. Very, very important that you do that. Discord server as well. Please get yourself signed up to that. Next caller we're going to get on the line. We're going to throw in Mr. Woz is here. What are you saying, bro?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good.
Good, man.
Yeah, what do you want to say? What's in your mind?
I feel like this Sunday, obviously, we all know it's a very important game. But I feel like we're looking at it the wrong way, because I expect there to be a world-class Pogba performance. He's been showing up recently. If he does start, but it is doubtful that he starts, because I feel like he prefers that McTominay-Fred partnership in the midfield when he's playing against these bigger teams to kind of just lock down that midfield. But if Paul Pogba does start, I'm telling you guys right now, and I'll come on after the show and I'll make sure you guys remember that I said this. I'm expecting a Pogba goal, a Pogba assist, just an all-around world-class performance from Pogba.
When you say expect, do you mean you're demanding it of him, or you expect it because you think he's in great form and he's going to deliver?
But yeah, that's the thing. Recently, his form has been very good. His attitude's been very good. I don't know if you guys seen that interview that he did for Sky Sports this morning. I think it was. He just looks like his attitude is there. His head is in the game, and he understands what it means, because it's been a long time since us United fans have been in this position where we can talk about titles. Or when was the last time you guys remember that we went to Anfield and we were kind of had expectancy to win? We weren't worried about just getting battered when we go there. It's been a long time.
Probably when Hodgson was manager. Probably when Hodgson was manager, to be fair.
Yeah.
I feel like the players know what it means, and I feel like that their head is in the game. And I would absolutely love it if we ended that 3-year home win streak, because it would just be the icing on the cake.
All right. The last time I heard someone say, "I would absolutely love it if," that did not go well for that man. You know what I'm saying?
And Monster predicted a Man United win, so we know what's going to happen there.
We should win this. I feel like we should.
Can I ask you? Do you think it's a negative if we play McTominay and Fred and Pogba's in such good form, and not to say I don't believe in Pogba, but you obviously really do. Do you think it's a negative step not starting Pogba?
How can you not start someone who's right now probably been on the best form they've been at since they've been at the club? Like this is the best I've seen Pogba play. When was he better?
When Ollie first came in, when he was
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is one of the best forms that I've seen him in. So
yeah,
you have to give him that chance to go out there, and I get it. We all know he does prefer that McTominay-Fred partnership when he's playing against bigger teams, because it does solidify that midfield. And when you're playing against the front three of Mane, Salah, and Firmino, you do need that bit of extra protection.
Yeah, the only way it makes sense not to start Pogba, and again, we only know at the end of the game, is if there is a certified game plan. And the one thing I feel what I love about that Pogba interview today was where he spoke about how much he doesn't like being on the bench, but it was I don't like it because I'm not playing. But I know that the people that have started, and this shows you Ollie's an impeccable man management, and the Ollie out again today are sitting there they're sitting in the high chair, throwing all the food at the walls, they're screaming, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, where's the breast?" Because he basically said, but the people that were in that team in front of me deserve to be there.
Yeah.
His words came out of his mouth of they deserve their place in the starting lineup. So the only way it makes sense not to start Pogba is if there is a game plan that requires him to come on later, like away at Paris Saint-Germain as an example. Sometimes I think we sort of the starting lineup for me is important, and it could be key to us winning. But who comes on from that bench against tired Liverpool legs in the game? Equally, we start without him. We go 2-0 down. It's going to be looked at as a disaster. It's going to be amazing. Thank you very much, mate, for coming on the show and having your say. Really appreciate it. No problem. Next up, we'll try and mix this up a little bit here, get some other callers on. We're going to get Liverpool fan Zane on with us now. We've got David backstage, Cam backstage as well. We're going to get on very soon as well, plus some others. But Zane is here.
What's up, brother? Come on, it's the weekend. Come on.
Yes, Zane. Zane.
And cool. This is a football terrace show. We want to hear from you. Come out from under the rocks, behind the sofas, out of the bins, wherever you're hiding, bruv, in the wheelie bin with the lid down, hiding. Come out now. But Zane is with us. Zane, what you saying?
Do you know what, Terry? First thing straight away, man. Where's your confidence coming from, bruv? Because you've been very like, oh, Liverpool's this, Liverpool that, and suddenly today you're actually backing and saying your chest a bit.
Hang on,
you guys are going to win. So where's that come from?
So two things. I predicted we would win yesterday, but I haven't sat here and disrespected Liverpool. I
never said that. I said you were talking respectful about it.
So let me finish, if I may. So I said yesterday we could win. I said for over a week we could win. At the same time, I've already said it on this stream. You don't disrespect Liverpool. You have to think hard and work hard to stop them. I wouldn't be disappointed with the draw. I don't think it's the end of the world if we lose, but I believe we can go there and beat you. And I have a feeling that this weekend stars are aligning and Man United are going to put a big dagger into your title chances. I see that through every Liverpool. I've been on to nearly every single Liverpool YouTube channel. Majority of the chat I'm hearing, barring Redmen, most of the chat is I've seen standalone videos made about VAR and penalties and stuff, brother. It's a madness out there right now. And I've said this for a long time. The way fans talk and behave echo into dressing rooms. Man United right now are relaxed. They are calm. They are together and they are excited. Everything surrounding Liverpool Football Club is we can't do it, we can't do it, we can't do it, we can't do it. And I think Man United are going to come out on top. Can you still beat us? Absolutely. But my feeling right now is that. How are you feeling today? You seem to be getting more confident. You know, the more confident you get, the thinner your facial hair gets, bro.
Man's got jokes. You get me? Man's got jokes. Right. So, from my point of view, you know, like when you play football and you get those kind of butterflies before the game kicks off, I'm feeling like that kind of that good nervous energy where I've noticed some people have calling it a draw, but I just think when we need to, Liverpool have always generally stepped up. You know, we've had the Tottenham game this season where, you know, we had to show our credentials. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what exactly you guys bring to the table, because it's going to be part of the Bus FC from you. Let's be honest. You're going to wait till the last 20 minutes and then try and nick a goal, bro, or get a penalty. Do you know what I mean? I know Marshall's got his diving skills. He's been practicing diving skills.
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I think
so you're going to come at us.
No, I'm not saying come at us. I think we'll compete. Like I said to you, if we are, what I said to Terry earlier, if we are confident on the ball, we move the ball quickly, you will not win that game. You won't. This isn't us playing your first team. If we played your first team, they were all fit. I completely understand where you're coming from. Not just that, I honestly believe your system had been found out last season.
Yo, Zane,
we have
I got a question for you, Zane.
Right now.
Zane,
what's up?
Quick question, Robert. I want to know, in your heart of hearts, do you believe your players are shook?
Nah, bro.
You don't? You don't think they're shook?
Nah, bro. Are you alright, mate?
You don't? No, in your heart of hearts. Do you believe? You don't think they're shook?
Let me explain something to you, right? You know I've got this Thiago agenda, right? So I'm going to call it out again.
Oh my gosh, again.
No. Now listen, right? When was the last Champions League final happened? Thiago was running the show. Do you get me? There was enough quality on that pitch, but my man was just bossing it, right? When he's in your team, everyone just steps up another couple of levels. Do you get me? Because my man's that good. Do you get me? So if he wasn't fit, I'd be a bit more nervous. But he will naturally bring up levels around him because
No,
he'll
not
demand
you. I'm not asking you that. No, Zane. Hear the question. Do you believe your players, the players of Liverpool FC, do you believe they're shook or not?
No, of course they're not.
You don't
shook.
think they're shook? Bro,
Of who? Of
I
what?
reckon
Of what?
bums are squeaking. That's what I think right now. Those
Based on
players
what?
are nervous.
Where's
I'll show you
that
something.
coming from?
You see your club, yeah? You see your club. Was it last season? How many games did you win on the trot? Then Man United, with a PE teacher, turned up and put a stop to that. And that's when we weren't even doing well, bro. Listen, your players are going to be shook. I'm sure of it. They're not finding this easy. They don't, bro. When's the last time you beat somebody even in the bottom 8, let alone a team that's flying, really? But I reckon your players are going to be shook. I'm not saying they can't turn up. They're going to have to treat it like a cup because they're going to be shook, my friend. They're going to be shook. You should be shook.
I can hear you still. I can feel that bit more nervous. But against you lot, man. No, man. Look, at the end of the day, I like business, man, because I will catch receipts and I'll come back on Sunday.
The funny thing is about Zayn, if Liverpool lose on Sunday or whatever your game is, he will definitely come on the show and be like, "Yeah, but do you remember Thiago's performance against Aston Villa? It was absolutely
You can't talk at the moment. Your club's dead at the moment, bro. Right?
Hang on.
I'm enjoying life right now."
Do you know what I'd say, Zane? I've never actually heard somebody get so gassed over a performance against children before, bruv. It's mad. It's like the teachers beating the kids in a school game and then going home showing off to their wife. Like, it's a madness. This also shows me how rattled some Liverpool fans are here. So Terry is basing the confidence on a few Liverpool, I think, fans not being confident. That's a great theory, you idiot. You see, the frustration in your response tells me that you're rattled, bruv. Rattled, honestly, it's just full on, bruv. Like I don't know what I was gonna say.
You've lost your words, mate. Do you mean because you know you're feeling it now?
I think it's something that rattles. You just rattled, bruv. You're rattled like a packet of fucking pills, bruv. Just finish that. Simple as that. I nearly said a packet of something else, and I had to hold myself back as far as my train of thought because I thought I'd get in trouble or kicked off socials. And as we know at the moment on social media, you've got to be very careful what you say because people hear weird things. Very weird. Very weird things keep getting heard on social media. I want to go to Cam. Not spoke too much Cam this week. Build up to this big game. What you saying, bro?
Sorry, I've been busy. A lot going on, but I feel good about it. I think we're going to get a result. I'm not going to say a win off the bat. I think we're going to get a draw. Probably. I actually think it's going to be a draw. But that's the results we need. Everybody has to remember that it's going to be Anfield away. I'm not going to disrespect Liverpool in that sense. But the truth be told, I'm not scared. I think we're more likely to win it than they are. That's what I'm going to say. I don't think a draw is the minimum for us. I don't think we're going to lose that game. I do think we have to not be naive. I don't want, and I like the way the players are calm and they're not talking about going out there and just going after Liverpool. That's not how you're going to beat Liverpool, in my opinion. I think if you're smart, don't be naive. People talk about parking the bus. We don't need to park the bus. You can play counterattacking football. We've done it in the past where it's not parking the bus. There's a very big difference in parking the bus and playing proper counterattacking football and being smart, especially when their defense is going to be leaky. So I hope we see something similar to that first Paris Saint-Germain game where we were impeccable on the counter and we knew when to press and when to hold back, because that's going to be the difference is being part. That's where we're going to see all these tactics come out. Because truthfully, I don't care what anybody says, we should not be going out there and just being go after Liverpool, because unless we have Eric Bailly, which again, I don't know. This is what scares me about Ollie. Please don't start Lindelof. Please don't. If we don't start Lindelof, if we start Bailly back there, then I'm a little bit more confident in having a Pogba in there. I disagree with Cavani starting. I think Cavani coming off the bench makes more sense. I think you want that threat just in case if it is a draw, like my man up there, United. I don't know your name, man. It's the first time.
Chucky, you're saying Chuck.
Like you said earlier, I think Cavani's the type of player who will sit there, just like what he did against. I can't remember who he
Southampton.
did Southampton when he just sat there and then he came on and he exploited all of the spaces. You do that. You have Cavani sitting there. If it's a 1-1 game and 60th minute, Cavani comes on, then I believe United wins that game. If we go up, I don't think we can do the go down thing. That's where I'm talking about being naive. Don't go down 1-0, because in my opinion, this isn't those small teams we've been coming back on like we're supposed to be. This is Liverpool. We are going to Anfield. We need to show some respect, but a draw is the minimum for me. That's what I'm expecting.
I hear that. I've got a super chat for you here, KJ. I'll let you read it out, bro.
I don't know what tranquilo means.
Calm.
But
I mean,
calm.
yeah,
Oh, so
slow down.
Man, Man United will clout Liverpool with moving silence, bro. Looking forward to Vibes FC on Sunday. Bro, listen, if we do that, yeah, the Vibes FC Midnight Vibes is gonna be a madness, bro. If we actually beat Liverpool, it's gonna be a tough challenge, though. Gonna be a very tough challenge.
Hey,
I've never disrespected Liverpool's team like that.
So excited.
So it's gonna be a
if
good.
we destroy Liverpool, I don't think I need to delete I need to cancel my internet subscription if we destroy Liverpool. I can't even cope. I can't put the words together. If we destroy Liverpool, it's done. I'll lose all respect for Liverpool. Oh, don't. Hey, Zane, I'm telling you, bro. You don't want to lose like that. Don't lose like that, bro.
You know, has anyone picked up on what Ollie said about Diallo today?
Oh my god!
Is he starting? Is he on the bench?
Oh, listen,
no.
He's saying that training's going well. He's looking good, and he potentially going to get his debut this season.
Don't get me gassed.
Well, listen, if man's on the bench here,
gas. Let's go.
All right, listen, if man's on the bench,
Martial
2.0 moment.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Oh my god!
Don't do it. Please don't do it. No, don't do it.
Listen, I don't care, bro. I love this kid, and he hasn't even played for us yet. The Ivorian Messi, fam. This is the only gas I'll say about this. The only gas I'll say about this game. The Ivorian Messi. If he touches the pitch, it's gonna be peak. It's going to be peak.
It's a dream, but it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't care. Let me dream.
It's just a repeat.
If everyone can go around saying we're gonna clout Liverpool, we're gonna smash them, blah blah blah. I've never said that. All I'm saying is my dream is this kid's gonna do a madness, bro.
KJ, hold on. You know, this reaction, David, that you just gave. Yeah, why are you going on like we are not?
Honestly,
we have precedents. I need you to understand. We have precedents to feel like this.
Now hold on.
We have brought on kids in the name of Rashford, in the names of Martial, in the names of Greenwood, out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're like match winners on their debut. We have precedents to feel like this. Why are you going on like we're lunatics? We're not lunatics, bro.
David, have you heard of a guy called Kiko Makeda? We did things with Kiko Makeda. Kiko Makeda did things.
I'm going to say Makeda did it. And what's that? I forget that lad's name. Welbeck, I think, may have done it. But also,
I've heard of him.
Yeah. But guys, let's let David speak, though. What are you saying, David?
Let me speak. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Honestly, I don't really have a race in this because my team is dead right now. I am worried. I'm worried about Fulham, okay? I can't even talk right now. But I've been watching you guys, and there's somehow you guys have managed to make me almost want Liverpool to win. Almost. Not quite, but almost. However, I want a draw because if Chelsea don't win the league, I like my oil cousins in Man City winning the league. So I hope so. If Man City can win their game and you man draw, then Man City are in the. It's a lot easier for them to overtake.
But oil Sunday, that makes you feel sick even listening to you say that.
No, because I've seen you guys already. I don't want to deal with that for months on end. I don't want to see
David. You know what?
I don't want to see Zayn. I don't want to see Zayn.
Listen. You know what you're experiencing with United fans right now? Yes, we are unstoppable. This is what you man were like. This was basically you guys.
Yeah, before you were anything.
Even when we were top of the league, I was still there. Like
no, I'm not saying you, David, but your fan base. We all. I say this all the time. We're all the same. I don't know why fans like to act like we're any different from each other. We're all the same. So what you're seeing now was you, man, at the start of the season.
Yeah, but if City win, there aren't enough of them to piss me off. Like, it's cool. Like,
David, you sound like that guy. There was one guy, LFC fan, that came on the chat the other day, and he was just like, "Oh, Manchester City are gonna take you out and all of this." I'm like, bruv, why are you on some next man's piece, bruv? Rep your own team, bruv.
No, because I'm worried about Fulham. This is how.
But that's what it comes down to, and that's why you're stressing. But there's a comment here from one of our members, Samuel, that says this channel is becoming so biased now. It's a joke, all about United elevation. Say something against it. It's so long. Well, let me just address this, bro. You're a paying member, so I respect you greatly. Whenever there's been a build up to a big game this season, so when we build up to a big Chelsea game, it's Chelsea's dominated. So I remember I remember said to KJ a few weeks ago, I literally went through a 2-week period, barring match reviews. I didn't do a single piece of content about Man United, but it's the biggest talking point in this last few weeks. However, the lines are open, bro. Everybody that supports any club is entitled to phone on, have their say. We've actually opened this call up to talk about Chelsea. If a Chelsea fan wants to phone up and speak about it, they can, but no one has done it. So what am I supposed to do? Tell people they can't speak about things? That's echo chambers.
And tell Samuel that if he turns on Sky Sports News in the United Kingdom, all they're talking about is
Even
just Man United, Liverpool. Last time Man United won, it's just gas. So we're just replicating the same thing, really.
We're building that up. Guys, I want to just go to. We've been joined by. He doesn't have the same display name anymore, but we've got the eye test on with us now. He's now known as 21, but eye test is with us. What do you want to say, bro?
What?
It's I want to address the Thiago fanboy. Yeah, because for me, I'm not gonna let. I think Thiago's a little bit overrated. Hear me out. I think he's very good on the ball. I'll tell you why. For me, he's very, very good on the ball. One of the best midfielders in the ball. But you know what separates him from Paul Pogba is the passing. Thiago can't pass like Paul Pogba. I think he got 0 assists last season. The season before he got like 1 assist. He's not good. He's not a great passer. Yeah, that's what separates Paul Pogba and Thiago. Yeah, even Verratti is a great passer. That's why Verratti is better than Thiago. Thiago can't pass like Verratti or a Paul Pogba. Same. I'll use Van der Beek as an example. The reason why Van der Beek isn't a great 10 is because of his passing. For me, Van der Beek, I hear a lot of United fans calling for him to start, but for me, he's a 1-2 merchant. He doesn't have creative passes. He doesn't do these through balls, these over the top through balls like a Pogba does, a Bruno does, a David Silva does. He does 1-2s, little 1-2s. That's what Thiago does. He doesn't do creative passes. So
can I respond?
I think, yes, you could respond.
All right. First of all, you tried big out and put 21 in your title and you took it off, boy. So that tells me all I need to know about your character. And
It's
plus,
still
you need
there.
another eye test, bro.
No, sorry, Zane. I removed everybody's names because it was too big for the screen.
Okay. But boy, you need another eye test, bro. I don't know what player you've been looking at, but boy, you ain't describing the player that I know, boy. So I don't understand where this is coming from.
Well, bro, look at his assists. Look at his chances created. It's not close to a Paul Pogba.
Are you one of those stat merchants? Is that what you are? You look at the stats. You don't do the eye testers, or you don't just see the quality. The way he speeds up the play. Do you mean the vision? You know, he plays.
He looks
through
nice
the
on
line.
the ball. He looks nice on the ball, but like his passing ain't great. Like in Ndombele, they tried to compare him to Pogba as well. But where's the passing? Where's the shooting? Like when they release the ball, it's not great.
I'm sorry, but ain't Pogba been missing it for years, bro. Do you know what I mean? You just finally found him again, boy. Because boy, Pogba's been missing for enough years. What
I'm going to say about this debate, though, and I'm not saying I endorse what Itis is saying. I'm trying to be a moderator here. You've not responded in any way, shape, or form yet to debunk anything that's been said. You've just thrown insults back, saying, "Did you find your boy?" How do you debunk what he's just said? You've got to be able to debate it back and debunk the points he's made. Go for it, Zane.
Did you not see how he was pulling the strings in the Champions League final? Did you not see?
Yeah,
Did you not see that?
He controls the midfield nicely. Yeah,
So how do you control the field? By passing the ball accurately and making sure you keep possession, retain possession.
He's not creative passes. Does he create chances with his passes?
Again, did you not see some of those balls he was doing in the Champions League final? Ridiculous, bruv. Do you get me about not creating?
Zane, why did he have 0 assists last season? 0 assists last season. Why? Why is that? If his passes are creative, why did he get 0 assists last season?
Yeah, Cam, I told you. I've told Terry this already. He's assist, and I keep saying that to you. He's got similar figures to Pogba in regards to his kind of role he plays. He doesn't play, like a Cam. So what he does, he organises the tempo. Do you know what I mean? He's a general in that pitch. Do you know what I mean? He pulls all the strings. He'll make us tick. That's why I'm confident with Thiago, because fundamentally we've been missing him since Everton, and now he's finally back here and he's finally in shape. That's why I'm so confident about the 17th, because you'll actually see the real Thiago, and then come talk to me about, oh, he misplaced passes and he doesn't do this, he doesn't do assists, because he will hurt your team.
And another thing I want to address. Another thing I wanted to address about Liverpool, yeah, Terry, you predicted this. I remember 2 years ago on a show, he was like, the reason why you see how Man United fans were doing Martial versus Rashford, this player versus that player, and back then Liverpool fans weren't doing it, but I'm starting to see it now. And you said that like 2 years ago, when Liverpool fall off, yeah, you're gonna start to see the Liverpool fan base separate. I'm seeing Mane versus Salah. This guy, this Liverpool fan on the show, I know he's a big Salah fan and he hates Mane. I'm hearing Trent in, Trent out. I'm starting to see the Liverpool fans, you know, the fan base is starting to
Can I
crumble.
answer that as well, please?
And the United fan base.
I'll come to you in a second, but listen. The reason that I knew I was right about that is because Liverpool fans are human beings like the rest of us, and the way we all behave when our teams are flying, and the way we all behave when our teams are struggling, as a collective, is so similar. You'll have a tie in it. Why do you think whenever you get Alex on here, it's you're the Tottenham tie? Because every fan base has ties, every fan base has DTs, every fan base has Terry Fluids, every fan base has Alfies. A lot, actually, to be fair, there aren't very many Zanes out there, to be fair, but they're literally the same in every single fan base. Because I always say this about human beings, because you've all done this in your life. You've all met like a new group of friends on holiday and gone, you remind me of my so-and-so friend. We all do that. I think human beings are uniquely generic in so many ways. And in football fan bases, that's an oxymoronic statement, but it actually makes sense, I think. We always think we're unique, but we're more like each other than we like to. So, yeah, so I'm not surprised to see that eye test. But what's your point? What do you want to say on that, Zane? Go for it.
All right. So for me, I love all my players, but I do think there's a bit of agenda in the Liverpool fan base where basically Mane goes 9 games without scoring. You don't really hear much noise. If Salah did the same thing after the third one, trust me, there'll be a lot of noise. So I'm just trying to even it out because I just don't think it's fair. You should support all the players. And when it comes to Trent's been amazing for us the past couple of seasons. But as a fan, have I not got the right to call out someone who's not performing to a levels he should be performing?
So Zane, sorry to cut in on you there. I'm really sorry. That isn't the point we made 2 years ago. That what used to be said is Liverpool fans would come on the show and say, our fan base doesn't act like Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham. We don't ever go at our players. We don't play them off against one another. We don't criticize things that go wrong publicly. They actually said we don't do it on public and we don't do it on fan channels. I said wait until it starts to go a little bit wrong and you'll see it. That's the point that's being made. It isn't that you're not allowed to do that. Is the point was made on socials 2 years ago that Liverpool fans will not and do not do that. And for me, I called it out then and I stand by it that's a nonsense. And you have every single right to call out things that are wrong. Test, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. You had Zane absolutely stuttering, mate. Top man, thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you everyone else for... I did mute everybody else's mics because I wanted to let them man just go at it and have their say. It's nicer. We're going to get a Chelsea fan on now. So Samuel, we are responding. Chelsea fan here, CFC RS. What do you want to talk about though, bro?
Hello, I just wanted to. Can you hear me?
Go for it, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this is I won't say it's one of Klopp's biggest games with Liverpool, but I think it's up there. Like he has to win this game to like put a statement to the rest of the league that yeah, Liverpool we're still in it for this race. And I think Liverpool have got it in them to produce a big performance against United. But yeah, they got it in them, even though they've been shaky the last couple of games. But I also think United have a strong chance. I think they just need to sit back, allow Liverpool to have the ball and hit them on the cow with pace. And I think Cavani needs to start. Cavani is a cold finisher. Martial's been off the pace a lot this season. I don't know where his head's gone, but I think Cavani must start. I know some of you guys think Martial should start or Cavani should be benched, but I think if Cavani gets a chance one-on-one, he's going to slow it in. And United have to be clinical at Anfield as well. And I just wanted to say, that Salah is overrated and I hate Salah. Just wanted to say that as well. He's so overrated. He gets compared to the likes of Hazard. Like when I just watched Salah,
I knew it. I fucking knew you were going to say Hazard's name.
No, I'm just saying, yeah. When you watch Salah for 90 minutes, yeah, he doesn't excite me. Like he doesn't do nice dribblings. Like he doesn't have that quality on the ball. Like he's a stat merchant. That's wait. I got a question. As a football fan, when I watch Salah, he doesn't excite me. That's what I'm saying. You guys have to relate to that.
No. I got a question for you. Are you eye test's younger brother?
No, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but I'm just saying he's overrated by the likes of players he gets compared to. Like he's just a goal scorer. There's players out there in the world like Neymar. They're more
Sorry, guys. Listen, what I would suggest, yes, Neymar is a better dribbler than Mohamed Salah. There is no doubt about that. I think, and that's absolutely fine. But he isn't just a goal scorer. He scores a variety of goals. So he isn't just a tapping merchant. This guy has scored screamers. He scored free kicks. He sets up and takes clutch penalties. He can dribble. I've seen him dribble past like 3 or 4 defenders in the box. Like I've seen most. No, it's not fluky. It's not fluky. It's skill. You don't do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the English Premier League and Champions League and it be fluky. That simply doesn't happen. Mohamed Salah is an absolute superstar, a football player. I'm a Man United fan saying that. He is absolutely sensational. I know why you're doing it, because this is what happens with a lot. I know you're a big fan of Eden Hazard, and I know right now Eden Hazard is officially the biggest flop in football history. 100. Do you know what really is funny? Chelsea fans gloated that they actually first it was £100 million signing, and in the summer it was revealed it was £150 million signing. That makes it even more embarrassing, the level of performances that are now coming out of Eden Hazard. And what you Chelsea fans all said is, okay, yeah, well, I get that Mohamed Salah statistically has been better than him in the Premier League, but it's because Hazard has been primarily with pragmatic managers, poor teammates around him.
Ask you a question. Who do you rather watch?
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, and I'll ask you a question. And then you all said, and Ites come on the show and said this, wait until you see Eden Hazard go to Real Madrid where he can play attacking football. You'll see the best player in the world. And he's gone there and actually become the biggest flop. I would say, with the price he cost, he's probably the biggest flop in Real Madrid's history, period, and maybe one of the biggest in overall in football. That's why you're getting even sorer towards Mo Salah, because Mo Salah is delivered to Liverpool. Now, who would I rather watch, or who would I rather have in my team? Which of those questions are you asking?
Both.
So both. I would rather watch. I would rather watch Eden Hazard because I do think he's more entertaining. Who would I pick to be in my team? The player that's delivered in over 30% more matches than Eden Hazard, scoring, assisting, and winning my team game. I would pick Mohamed Salah, because for me, scoring, assisting, winning games is more important than how it looks in the cold light of day. Because when it comes to football, if I was going to play knockouts, double knockouts, and I wanted the best guy with the best dribbling on my team, I'd pick Eden Hazard. If I had one place left on the wings, I needed a match winner, I'm picking Mohamed Salah over Eden Hazard.
Boy, man, you started so well on the call. You started so well on the call, and you just ruined it, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
I wanted to say one more thing. I think Liverpool are overrated team as well. I just wanted to say that as well. And Liverpool are a good team, yeah, but they get compared to the great Man United teams, the great Chelsea team, all 4 or 5. Like, I don't think they're on that level. Like Liverpool, Liverpool have won the Champions League in one season and the Premier League in another season. Like it wasn't in one season. They haven't even won like other honors as well, like the FA Cup or the League Cup, just to add it up. They're like a well-oiled machine. Like, yeah, they have quality, but I think their hard work gets them to their hard work, and their unit as a team with Klopp as manager gets them to the level they are now. But other than that, I don't think they can ever be compared to like the great Man United teams that went 3 in a row, the Chelsea team, even the Man City team.
Listen, I pretty much agree with you on that point. So when you're saying overrated, they're a brilliant team, but in terms of
they are a brilliant team.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Listen, bro, thank you for calling the show and having your say. Take care of yourself, mate. Thank you. Listen, that's what this show's about. You can phone up, you can have your say. Someone's phone is really close to whatever they're using to stream on. I keep getting that ding, 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 ding. Now that noise. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from. Next on the show, we're gonna put Ray S on. Ray S, what do you want to say, mate?
I just want to say, I think on Sunday, Man United are going to show their class. A week, Liverpool, I think Man United are going to outclass Liverpool, pure and simple. The past few games, little passes between Pogba, Bruno, Martial, Rashford has been working, but not to the full effect. Liverpool without Van Dijk is like Barcelona without Messi. Good luck on Sunday, Liverpool. You're going to get outclassed. And Zane, do you trust your manager?
A Batman manager.
That weren't the question.
That's not what he asked you.
I know.
Of course, I trust him, man.
A question.
Why would I not trust him? What he's delivered for us, so why would I not trust him? Do you trust Ollie? Do you trust Ollie?
Right. Yes, I do.
Why?
Right.
What's he
I've
won?
got a
What has he
question
won?
for you. Right. Klopp bought Thiago. Why did he buy Thiago?
To keep improving the team, because obviously, as people
so-
keep saying, we keep getting found out. Our system keeps getting found out. So obviously, you want to bring in, different options, don't you?
So, whoever Ollie brings in, I trust they're going to improve the team. They can do good, or either they're going to flop. So, why do you hate Thiago so much? He improves Liverpool.
Are you talking to us or are you talking to Zane now?
Zane.
No, it wasn't Zane. Sorry. It wasn't Zane. It was iTest that doesn't like Thiago. Different caller, bro. Ray.
Sorry, I apologise.
You're a good caller.
We're going to go to our last caller of the show. We're going to go to young Stephen, who's a gooner. Stephen, what do you want to say, mate?
I'd say this is probably the biggest derby in the Premier League era, like between Man United and Liverpool. I think Liverpool at the minute are wounded animal, and like Man United are there to take the slaughter if they really want to take it. So I do feel that it'd be more shocking if Liverpool win than Man United win.
What?
Yeah.
What? I agree with that. I don't disagree. I think I said it earlier. I think we're more likely to draw or win than I think it would be more shocking for Liverpool to pull out a win this game.
But why is it
not shock?
Right,
I said based on form. Based on form.
Based on form and the way the momentum you have that you've been
based
going
on
into.
form.
Whereas last few games Liverpool have been struggling. Like
Yeah,
So,
that's fair. No, that's fair. I was just confused when it's a shock.
Did Liverpool not just win the
shock might
title
be
like
the wrong word.
3 months ago?
David, get your head out of whatever garbage trash it's in, bro. Where we are now. Look at where we are now.
Alfie, they are the
David,
champions of England. How are you letting these men come into the game like they're underdogs?
But no,
what is wrong with you?
No,
Bro,
David, it's not the champions of England had Van Dijk. The champions of England would probably have Jota in their team or somebody else. Like they're wounded right now. The truth is, everybody is talking. It's not just fans. Like I came in and said I expect a draw and no less. And the reason I said that is because where Liverpool is at. To be completely honest,
guys, you see that super
You're
chat?
setting yourselves up, boys.
You see that super chat? It's real, bro.
I've been in you, man. I've been in
David,
your positions. You're setting yourselves up. I'm telling
David,
you.
David, I want to say one thing to you. You know, the last time Chelsea won the title under Jose, and the following season you were champions.
Yeah.
Right? Is that correct? But
Yeah.
then you were getting beat by teams left, right, and center. Where to the point, I think he was 8th or 9th or 13th or whatever it was. Whatever it was when Jose got sacked. Do you see how it was perfectly reasonable for you to then assume that the champions are no longer what they used to be? On current form, hold on, let me finish. On current form in the league, Liverpool are only second to Tottenham in dropping points from a winning position. If you can explain that as a fluke, then you are lost. If you can say that's by chance, then you are lost. You have to recognize the pattern. They are downward. You can't just say, oh, they're the champions, so we must give them. All right, give them the respect, but give the stats and give the current form respect too. Current form, Man United and Manchester City are the top dogs in the league right now. Current form.
To bring this to a head to end the show. Listen, I think Liverpool's form has been on a downward trajectory since February. But they still are the favourites for this game because although they've come down and United are on the way up, I still put them in front of us overall. There's a comment here from Twisted Bubba though that says wounded animals are that's when they're at the most dangerous, and that's absolutely right. Liverpool could bounce back with so much bite, venom, and aggression this weekend. It's unbelievable. And
Can I also just add is that you say with stats and form, it's all well and good, but I think with this season, you can sort of throw them out the window the way this season's gone so far.
No, you can't. You can never throw it out the window, though.
Well,
You can
I mean,
never,
it's been so unpredictable this season.
Yeah,
but unpredictable based on your expectations, not unpredictable in terms of form for teams. Because we've been getting better, and that's why we are where we are.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what's really interesting about this season? We're all saying there've been a few shock results very early on, right? What I find really interesting about it is that outside of the last 3 years, which ESPN today tried to actually spread to the last 5 years by saying that for 5 years, teams have been running away with it like Liverpool and City. It's been 3. Outside of that, where the current standings are in the league are pretty much on par with normal. So in terms of how many points teams at the top have, teams in 4th have, 5th, 6th, 7th, it isn't overtly abnormal. We're suddenly acting like this last 3 years has broken and changed the barometer for how we assess people. And that's what I think is ridiculous. But on Liverpool, just go back to them for a minute, being these wounded animals, that's why I've said in every preview and every conversation this week, if we go into this game thinking, it's going to be easy, we're going to get bit, we're going to be hurt, we're going to be destroyed.
To be fair, it doesn't really matter if it's like...
You have to go into this game with 100% concentration and with 100% belief that if we slip up and we don't follow through with our plan to the nth degree, 100%, Liverpool will destroy us because Liverpool are still that good. Where Liverpool have come unstuck against teams in recent times is where they've been more relentless. We look at the way Fulham got a point against them. In that first half, Fulham were amazing, and it's because they showed no fear. So you've got to respect Liverpool, but not too much. You give them too much respect and just let them play, they will destroy you. So it's going to be an interesting one. I've got some super chats to do here. First one says stats are for mugs. Other than the league table, you know what I love about that? The league table is a series of stats, but there we go.
Football stats.
I know. Mr. Stroh here says Liverpool are now underdogs Sunday. Okay, sweet.
No, you're not having this. You're not having this.
Stroh.
You're not having this, bro. No, you're not.
You want to be underdogs. Tell the truth, Liverpool fans. You all want to be underdogs. You can't handle the pressure.
I think he's being sarcastic. He's trying to.
Okay.
He's being sarcastic.
Do you know what? Well, I will quickly say something before you go to El. I forgot your name, brother. Sorry, but
wow, he was the same before you, bro.
No. Right, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. You're not in a good form at the moment. We're in a bad form. What happens if we slap you down, which we will? Then we go in a good form again, and you go down because that's what happened to Tottenham. After we beat them, they went down.
What do you mean? What happens? What happens is you go back on top of the league, isn't it?
No, but your form, because like you said, your form's good at the moment. And I'm fine at the moment. But what happens when we beat you and we go like that and you go down again?
Spoke about this last night. This is why it's not the end of the world for us. Beating you gives us such a great opportunity. Our next 2 games after Liverpool in the league, the easiest 2 games of the season, in my opinion, Fulham and Sheffield United, based on where everybody's at. If we lose to you, I truly believe we'll win those next 2 games and still be level on points with you. Plus, we play easy teams, and I think we'll make up a bit of goal difference. If we beat you, though, City are still being touted as favourites. If we beat you, we go 6 points in front. City are likely to win their game in hand and also extend at the 5 points. You should forget Man United, Liverpool fans, because you don't think we're winning the league. Drifty said it. Most Liverpool fans have said, I'm more worried about City. It's them that are going to pull 5 points clear of you if you lose to us. So it's a knock. You don't just have Man United to worry about and knock out the way to win your title. You've got Leicester that are there or thereabouts. Tottenham that I still think are going to swing and are going to have a good run. But it's Man City that you need to think about as well. You've got everybody biting at your heels. That's why United are relaxed. We shouldn't even be here. We sneaked into the party and no one's noticing. We're just having a good time with a free drink.
And you're getting Chelsea and
Arsenal. Girl, and you've never met her before.
You've got Chelsea and Arsenal in the race too. Don't forget about them.
Put me in you man's conversation for now. I'm worried about
Zane, Zane, I want to make a prediction, for a future, not.
Can you make it keep a minute? Because you do talk a lot, man. Sometimes.
No. You know what my prediction is? Just exactly what off the back of what Terry was saying. I think Liverpool are going to be fighting for 3rd and 4th position after you take a beating this weekend. Over the next 2 months, we're gonna see you fighting for 3rd and 4th with Manchester City and Man United at the top. That's my prediction. I'm happy to stand by it. You can call me out in 2 months' time, no problem. But I'm predicting that.
I'm just happy you kept your minute.
Can I give my prediction?
I can't handle 2-3 minutes.
Have your say, mate. Go on, bro. Welcome.
this right now, you guys are setting up Liverpool for them. For them, if Liverpool was to win this game, is the only good result for Liverpool. If Manchester United get a draw, if Manchester United get a win, it's a better result for Manchester United. So if you're a Liverpool fan, you should be selling it as much as you can, as you guys are underdogs. But you guys are not underdogs. You guys said you were going to win the league. You guys said you guys were going to get 90 points again. You guys said you didn't care about your injuries. You guys said we don't care about Van Dijk being out. We don't care about these guys being out. We only need Salah, Mane, and Firmino. Oh, we're Liverpool. That's what you guys said.
Look, man, Man FC, man, stay where you are, man. What would you do against Crystal Palace?
This is not only direction.
How are you in the conversation?
If you're taking it personal, that just goes to show me.
I just don't understand where this energy is coming from, bro. Because at the end of the day,
I'm not talking about Arsenal. I'm talking about Liverpool versus Manchester United. You're getting
from my point of view, we need to beat Man U because City have got a much better run. Arguably, you can easily they should collect about at least 18 points. The kind of games they've got coming up, they're quite easy on paper. So fundamentally, if we want to be in the title race, like we're saying we're doing, we have to beat Man U because, like you said, Man City have got a much easier run next couple of games. So we need to make sure, you know, we keep up the pace and keep the point.
You guys shouldn't even be here with all your injuries, with all the stuff that we told you at the beginning of the season. We told you guys shouldn't even be here, and you guys did not tell us. You guys did not listen to us. You said you guys are still the favorites. You guys are still the thing. So going into this game, I don't want to hear nothing about underdogs. I don't want to hear nothing about Liverpool being minnows to Manchester United. I don't want to hear none of that.
Who said that?
No. Not you, but your fans have said that.
I just want to make it clear. I want to make it clear because you keep saying you. Just say the fans. Don't just say me because.
Listen, you're taking it personal. That just goes to show me you're triggered.
No, I'm just thinking if you're going to say something that's not correct, I'm going to call you out.
Use also a word used for multiple people. It's not just you, man. It's relax. You're in a perpetual state of rattledness, fam.
You know what I've noticed as well recently about Liverpool, right? Is, you know, people would forget this wasn't said by you as in Liverpool fans. This was said by mainly Ollie Outers, and I really love it, right? This sort of notion of Liverpool are not doing as well because they've got a few star players out. But what I used to get told about what was so bad about Ollie is we have no system. And if you watch a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola team, their system remains just as brilliant and just as potent without their top quality players. But it doesn't, does it? Because we saw City last year with 2 or 3 players missing. They fell from grace massively and actually, like, towards the end of this, ended up losing more games than Manchester United. And we've seen Liverpool reduced to the mere mortal stage by losing a couple of players. And that's because the managers are system managers. They play pretty much one style. And when they lose a couple of key components, maybe they just don't have the nous in themselves to go, can I change the way we play to now get the best out of this group of players to keep us up near the top? I find that really interesting that we always look at it from a point of, you know, the Peps and the Klopps, it seems to work impeccably when they have everybody available. But what do? Could they do what Fergie did? Like, people talk about them being great managers. Could they do what Fergie did and win league titles? We know City ain't done it yet, where you're playing Michael Carrick as centre-back and Darren Fletcher as right-back. Can they do that? Can they take a 40-year-old winger and play him in midfield and win a league title? I don't know. See, that maybe I don't think system managers can do that. That's why, for me, I'm quite glad that we don't have a manager at Man United who is renowned for playing one specific way and needs square pegs and square holes to make his team work. I think, for me, that's great that's like a fair weather bike rider. That's like having a nice Harley Davidson, all the levers, and you can ride your bike when it's a sunny, warm day, no problems. But you crash every time it rains a little bit or there's a little bit of wind. I don't want a fair weather manager. And I'm not saying that's what those two are yet. They've got a long time in their careers left. But it strikes me as strange that whenever I've seen criticism of Ollie, it's always been, see, Klopp's teams are amazing with or without their first team players. Now we're being told the reason they're not amazing is because they don't have their first team players. I just love seeing how the mindset changes when facts come to fruition. It's an amazing thing.
That's a very interesting point because obviously Klopp's had quite a lot of time between this game, right? So let's see how good this guy is as a manager now, right? So he always complains about he doesn't get enough time to train because the games are like back-to-back, 2-3 days apart, whatever. He's had a good 7 days, right? Whatever, to get ready for this game. So let's see on Sunday if he's got that nous, that intelligence to put together something to solve a problem. Because I've already confirmed that Matip's not playing. So, you know, in defence, Matip's not going to be there. So How's he going to solve that problem and still make us a real threat?
You know what's mad as well, right? See, LVG, top quality manager in his career, didn't deliver at Man United fully. But I remember when it was after the Michelin game, and we had to play Arsenal, who, by the way, were doing quite well that season. Like, they were much better than Man United that season. And we played kids and we beat them. Why? Because LVG had a system, but he also knew how to change things up and use certain personnel. I think the older generation of manager were generally better at doing that, of saying, right, I haven't quite got what I need to make our plan A work, so I'm going to use a plan B system. Fergie was the master at it, and it's the one criticism I probably had of the Klopps and the Pep Guardiolas. I've done many streams on it before, is that there very rarely seems to be a plan B. What I find mad is, because of how well they did for a 3-year period, the world and its dog were like, I want a top level system manager. I don't know if I want that. Like, in my heart of hearts, I'm thinking about it over the last week. Like, do I really want a system manager who can only perform when the going is good? I want a manager that can deliver when the times are hard as well. Like, I don't know who can do that. Like, that isn't my job. That's down to the club to find. Do you get where I'm coming from? Am I just chatting shit?
No, Terry, I hear what you're saying, but remember Pep, hasn't he recently changed? Hasn't got a proper striker now, and they're picking up results again. So he's demonstrating that he can do that, because clearly there's been upturn in form. He's not got a recognised striker yet. He's found a way to get the points. So Sunday's going to be interesting.
Yeah, hang on. You say that, but they've got 1 point less now than they had at this stage last season. Last season was looked at as a flop. So this is what I keep saying about City. They may push on from this point and kill it, but City are not ahead of themselves from this stage last year. So this kind of notion that they're back to what they were 2-3 years ago, it's too premature, brother. You go out on a date with a girl and you're this premature, you ain't getting a second date. So people have got to slow down a little bit on that. It's as simple as that. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Do me a big favor and smash that like button. It's all fun and games. This is the Football Terrace. That's rival fans chatting to each other about one another's teams. This is not a channel for overtly sensitive football fans. You will not cope here. I suggest, if you don't like hearing other people talk negatively about your club or criticize your club, go find a fan channel that only spouts the opinions that you like. There's lots of them that exist on social media. There's lots of good ones out there. And they're very good at what they do. But, here you're going to hear Liverpool fans talk about Arsenal. You're going to hear Man United fans talk about Leicester. You're going to hear Leicester fans talk about Chelsea. If you can't handle it, that's on you. That is on you. But that's what's unique about the Football Terrace. Do me a big favor. Smash the like. Well, someone says this seems like a United channel. But the panel now has got 2 Chelsea and a Liverpool fan on it, right? And we're going to be... no, I'm not even addressing that, bruv. We are one of the most diverse, and I'm not talking about people's immutables. I'm talking about football-based teams out there. We've got 4 Tottenham fans. We've got about 4 or 5 Arsenal. Got enough Chelsea. Got more Chelsea than anything else, and then quite a few United. We need some City fans. We have no City fans part of the proper panel, but
you got no fans. That's what
no fans. Hey, yo! Before you go, bro, Zayn, I beg one thing, please, bro. Please, I beg. Don't say Man U. It irritates me to my soul. You're an educated man. Say United. Say anything else. Don't say Man U. It just sounds dumb. You're not dumb. You know 1 or 2 things, man. Just don't call us Man U. Just personally, that's just for me. Just don't, please. I beg, don't. It's just yuck.
And don't ever claim vibes. Because this guy after last game, he was claiming dead ball FC, Trent. All your players are dead. Come on, bro.
No. I call that Trent because he was playing, and the fact that he got sub 4 million says it all. That was a statement.
I think you're confused, bruv. I honestly think you're confused. Do you know what I mean?
He's shaking.
Like, hey, you guys, that kind of confused, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Drop. If you haven't watched the Goonies, you know what I'm talking. If you watch the Goonies, you know what I'm talking about.
Do the shuffle room, boy.
No, don't go there, bruv. No. I'm not having it, man. But Ego, unlike you, I will call out players that are not performing. I ain't heard you say much about Aubameyang lately, man. My mama's chilling on 350k, bruv, playing Fortnite, bruv. So you ain't hearing nothing about that. Do you get me? So
why is your default always having to talk about other people's teams?
Bro, you're so personal. Yeah, take it. Why are you taking so personal all the damn time? Listen, bro.
Take it personal. I'm just calling out the fact that you're making out that I'm not allowed, if a player's not performing, to call him out and say, regardless of all the stuff he's done in the past, he had a shit game.
That is words into Igal's mouth. That's not what Igal just said. That isn't what
he said. 22, Terry. He's criticizing players when they're bad, but then bigging them up why they're going to win. So it makes no sense.
Hold on. I've not said anything about Trent apart from saying that he's played poor recently.
Listen, Egal Hancock has got you there, bruv.
No, he hasn't. Hancock ain't got nothing on me, bro. No.
He has. Listen, we're going to be back tomorrow with more. I might be back later, but I don't know yet. I've got to go out and do some. I've got to take my bow and arrow out like I am Legend and do some shopping in this wonderful world that we live in. Do me a big favor, people. Smash the like button, the share button, the retweet button. We are back tomorrow, definitely covering at least 2 or 3
versus Fulham.
I can't listen. If Fulham beat you, bruv, it's peak.
If Fulham beat you, bruv, it's over.
It's peak.
When I see Mason in the starting 11, then I know what's happening. So it's cool.
There we go. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Thank you very much, of course, to KJ, to Chucky, Zane, Gal, Alfie, David, Cam. Who else came on the show today? We had iTest, we had Neeks, we had Everyday Same. Stephen was here. We had Ray, who attacked the wrong person. Indiana was here. We had lots of people. Until next time, take care.